I'm standing. I'm like, oh, word? I point my finger at his nose. I'm like, word? Because if you was talking crazy and then I pushed my finger into his nose, I'm like, I would have had to knock you out. It's like a movie. He's standing in my face. I'm like, yo, get out of my face before I beat you up. And like, he slightly told me, I'm like, get out of my face before I beat you up. Like, somebody gassed me. They're like, yo, Juju, you ain't gonna do shit, right? Mind you, this is somebody black. This ain't even nobody Dominican, Puerto Rican, nothing. Like, yo, Juju, you ain't. So immediately once I heard that, I cracked him. Boom!
Yellow just blocking in the house in my road, gotta make her put it on. She don't like wearing clothes, just left Concord, North Carolina. I was licking on booty in a whole lot of vagina. Eat a booze with some ice cream, she'll remember you. Ice Cube make it chip, shiver like the winter do.
See me with the crew, I gotta get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move, make a move.
He's me and my goon, he's gonna be gripping the toolie. They think it's a game to me and the gang is gonna play Call of Duty. Cause when it comes to the static, oh my is steady active. Catch you lacking in traffic, giving close caskets. I'm in my lane when I'm spinning the block and I'm putting the pin.
What up, y'all? State Almighty, aka the global dark-skinned ambassador, with another Rikers Island story. For my newest subscribers who don't know, this is a revised and more detailed version of how I ended up on Rikers Island at 17 years old. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find my mugshots. I was trying to find my mugshots online. All these websites, they asking for money and they seem like scams. I would have to like send a letter to Bronx Court or like the 44th precinct or something like that. And I'm not about to do all that. But I'm gonna explain how I ended up on Rikers Island at 17 years old, all right? So I went to this school called Leadership Institute on 174th Street. The 55 bus used to go by that way. It's by Crotona Park. Now, this particular school was a new school. This school was probably open. It was probably like on its third year. On its third, fourth year. Now, I was a junior in this school doing a couple like sophomore classes because I had to like make up on stuff, because when I used to go to Louis D. Brandeis High School, I was getting locked up or I was cutting class and all of that. And I came home, I was on probation. I transferred my school because I didn't want to go all the way to Manhattan for school no more. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was becoming Crip in Louis D. Brandeis High School, and like it was getting weird. It was getting weird, you know what I'm saying? It was just getting weird, and I'm like, all of y'all is like, y'all all trying to become gangbangers now, and like I'm fresh out of jail, like y'all not even like that. But I ended up transferring my school. I'm real popular in this school from day one. Like the biddies was on me, and I also made a lot of good friends, male and female, mostly female. Like I was spending a lot of time just talking to girls, chilling with girls, partying, stuff like that. But I was GFC hard, feeling myself. Like Cortland is in the building. You know what I'm saying? I was real popular in my school, and at this current point in time, I was going outside every single day after school or cutting class. Me and my boys, we be on the train, we go around just like slapping people, starting fights. The girls who we was with doing the same thing. Like it was real. It was real stupid. Now, why I'm saying this is because this is the energy that I took everywhere I went. I was Cortland, Brown Building, GFC. I'm a real official goon, this, that, and the third. And I took this energy everywhere I went. Now, one day I got tricked out of my position. In hindsight. And I was lit. I was hanging with, you know what I'm saying, the cool kids who was in my school, in my grade, in my classes. And a lot of us would start trouble. Like for instance, we would go to school, we would go to the cafeteria, get the bread from school, crumble it up in bowls, go to like the freshman and the sophomore floors, right? Go wait till they all changing classes and take the bread balls, throw them up at the ceiling, let the bread fall all over people's heads. Dare niggas to act tough about it. We was gonna beat them up. We was like being bullies, which, like I said, in hindsight is corny. Now, one of these particular days, I'm in the bathroom and a couple of the popular dudes come to me. They're like, yo man, the DDP niggas, they talking reckless and all of that in the class, talking about they gonna start beating up all the black dudes and all of that, all the black dudes that act tough in the class. Mind you, see, I wasn't there. And one important line, right, that the great Jay-Z said in a song called Ignorant Shit was, therefore, believe half of what you see, none of what you hear. Because come to find out, it wasn't even that type of party of that situation that was said. These particular DDP dudes, I never knew, but it was a whole like clique thing. It was a couple Latin Kings. They was kind of clashing with the DDP dudes. I had no issue with Latin Kings or DDP. I had nothing to do with nothing, but I decided to be nosy and try to be tough because I was feeling tough every single day. So what I do is, I go to school. I was already in school. They tell me that the dude's lunch period is next period, and they all had lunch period together. I had a class. It wasn't my lunch period, but I said, you know what? Forget that. We gonna get deep. We gonna go to their lunch period. I'm gonna press them, right? So the next period come. I'm walking in front of everybody. I woke up to them in the cafeteria, right? It's probably like 4 or 5 of them. Or whatever, right? So I press them. I'm like, hey, I heard y'all was talking. First of all, I'm standing up. Dude sitting down. So they pointed like, yo, that's the dude that said it, right? This was like a tall, skinny, like certified Dominican. Hair in a ponytail. He had the cut in his eyebrow, trying to wild out. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those. And I pressed him. I'm like, yo, listen, like, I heard y'all talking crazy about all the black dudes in class. Like you know what this is? Like you bugging, like big GFC, right? I'm like, yo, man, I'm gooning for real. Like stop talking crazy. He's sitting up. I ain't gonna lie, like he tough. He's sitting down still, right? Which wasn't smart on his part. He's sitting down. He look up at me. He like, yo, man, I know nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, word, but he looking at me like he mean mugging me. And then his mans, cause it's him, it's another tall dude, it's a smaller dude, and then it's a real big dude. Like you could compare him to like the Blob from the X-Men cartoon, right? So he like, I ain't know nothing, I ain't seen nothing. Like get out my face, nigga. Right? He's saying that, right? So I'm standing, I'm like, oh, word? I point my finger at his nose, I'm like, word? Because if you was talking crazy and then I pushed my finger into his nose, I'm like, I would have had to knock you out, right? So he stands up immediately. He stands up, so now it's a standstill. Now it's like a movie in the classroom. In the cafeteria. It's like a movie. He's standing in my face. I'm like, yo, get out of my face before I beat you up. And he slightly told me, I'm like, get out of my face before I beat you up. Like, he's just standing. We fake like not fake, like our chests is touching each other and all of that. And I hear somebody gas me. They're like, yo, Juju, you ain't gonna do shit, right? Mind you, this is somebody black. This ain't even nobody Dominican, Puerto Rican, nothing. Like, yo, Juju, you ain't. So immediately once I heard that, I cracked him. Boom! Hit him with the hook, right? Boom. He stumbled back a little bit. He rushed me. I hit him 2 times. Bing, bing. Throw him in a fiend. But it's like, not the fiend where they back is towards you and you fiend them the right way. I fiend them like as he was facing me. So while he trying to hit me in my ribs and all that, I'm taking it. I'm like, you ain't like a bitch, nigga. Wah, boom. I get sidelined by the real big blob type DDP, right? Boom. Boom. So he cracks me. I let go of dude. But dude ends up fighting with another one of my mans. And once the fat DDP dude snuffs me, my man snuffs him. So now it's a whole riot inside the cafeteria. It's a whole riot. Like it's pandemonium. You know what I'm saying? It's like 5-on-5 or 5-on-6. I remember just bouncing around from fight to fight, cause you know it's 2-3 groups of people fighting at the same time. So now it's DDP versus black people, and like it's like one Latin King that's in there too, cause you know he was cool with us and all of that. And I just remember just fighting, we all fighting, and I remember I grabbed the smallest I grabbed the smallest DDP dude, right? I snuffed him, bing, and then I grabbed him, boom, tossed him, threw him across the room. I ended up standing on top of the table. I'm like, yeah, GFC up, who won it? The dean start coming in, security start coming in. I spins out of there, right? And this is the lead up, because this ain't even the situation that got me locked up. But what happened after that day is that I probably got suspended for like 2-3 days after that. But while I'm gone, they telling me like, yo man, the DDP, they said they gonna come with their homies after school one day soon, and then they gonna poke you up. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get stabbed. So what I do is I have my boys come to school for me every single day. So it'd be like me, Day, other Day, Roach, Debonair, Smooth Killer. Basically, us four every day, you know what I'm saying? They just come to school, we be mobbing. So then we be mobbing. It's a Wendy's right across the street from the school. That was the hangout spot every day after school, you know what I'm saying? So we be posted in front of the Wendy's like this. We be posted or whatever. And every single group of Spanish dudes that came close to us, I used to feel like it could possibly be them. So me acting tough one day, right? This probably was like my 2nd, 3rd day back after suspension. It's a group of Spanish dudes coming in. They from a whole nother school. They walk in. I slap the first one. Slap, he put his head down, goes inside. Another one comes. I smack him upside his head. He don't say nothing. Then a small one comes in. A small one walks in, like small, stocky. I slaps him. Right? He steps back. He unzips his coat like he about to fight. He like, what? Yo, I'm not even. Right? So boom. Debonair, Smooth Killer cracks him. Bing! Another onslaught, another melee happens right in front of the Wendy's. All under camera, everything. Like it looked bad. Like I remember my lawyer was showing me the camera footage. Like it looked bad. Like these dudes was not DDP. These dudes was not from the school, right? Little did I know, the dude I got into a fight with, he just stopped going to the school, right? But we spanking him. Me and Debonair, we almost killed dude because I picked him up like I was gonna slam him. I ain't even need Deb, but Deb, in the middle of the melee, he helping me. We slammed him mad hard. His neck hits the concrete. He remained still for like 5 seconds. I thought we killed them and all of that. Dudes was dropping their iPods, their iPod headphones. One of the dudes, the main dude, he drops a chain. A girl from my school picks up the chain. She steals it. She goes to sell it, but you know, I'm not a rat. I found out that situation before I even copped out. But it's like, I'm not a rat. I'm not about to rat on a girl over a situation that I already started. You know what I'm saying? I end up getting charged with gang assault. Well, me, Day and Dad, we end up getting charged with attempted gang assault, right? And robbery, which they end up dropping the gang assault and brought it down to robbery. Even though I did not catch the robbery, I assaulted the guy. You know what I'm saying? But we do that situation. My dumbass, I goes to school the next day just to have my ego stroke. I come outside, the D's was waiting for us. They sat me, Dede, and Dad on the curb. got a little bit of information, right? Put us in handcuffs, took us straight to the precinct, went from the precinct to the bookends, straight to Rikers Island that night. And thus began the stories that led me to y'all today. So that's how I ended up on Rikers Island. I was just tripping in school. I kind of was being racist, if you want to be true. And that's crazy because I actually love Dominican people. But I guess that was my karma that I went through with the Trinitarios and Dominicans and being a plate for like 6 months straight. Is for that energy that I brought to them, I ended up suffering the wrath of that tenfold while I was on Rikers Island, you know. So when I look back at it, it's like everything happened for a reason. I deserve to go through that for the energy that I brought to those other gentlemen for no reason back in high school. But yeah, that's how I ended up on Rikers Island, man. Acting tough in school, starting 2 riots, getting caught on camera in front of a Wendy's, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.